G'day guys, welcome back to the Gear Cave. This is Joshy's Bullet, the Squire Bullet. We did a serial number check on it today. It's a 2005 model, yes, made in China, of course. It's a pretty terrible guitar at the moment. I recall buying this thing before you were born. Must have been about 2010.
That's 2 years before I'm born.
Yeah, it certainly was. I bought it from a place in Wollongong. I don't know why. I never owned a Fender guitar at all at that stage, and I just bought this and hated it and never played it and didn't consider buying a Fender guitar for quite a while until I bought some of my American Fenders over there, and along with, of course, my USA. I was a bit of a USA snob. I wouldn't buy cheap guitars. This is a reason for it. When I first started playing guitar in the 90s, cheaper guitars were cheap garbage. When I bought my first Maton guitar, it was my first quality guitar. In this day and age, in 2021, almost 22, only a couple of days away from 22, the cheaper guitars are substantially better than the 90s. Most of it was rubbish, absolute crap. I bought Washburns, I bought a Dayon, my Ibanez was crap as well. But these are really low-end guitars. They're like in the 90s, they were still, $300 to $500 guitars. Where today you could spend $600, $600 on a Squire and have a decent guitar. This is not it. It may have been in 2005, but people have had this for a lot of years before I had it. I can see straight away by the bridge somebody's had a fiddle, which is really thrown at the high strings. They're too close to the neck, so they buzzes everywhere. The neck's really straight. It's just a setup issue, really. And then we'll have a look at the electrics on this. I think once we dress this up, and set it up, it'll be
the best.
Well, it'll be a decent guitar for a decent low-end guitar. Yeah. It's certainly not gonna rival anything hanging on that wall over there. We are going to pull apart the entire guitar, remove the neck, remove the tuners, the string tree. We're going to take the guts out and have a look what's going on in there. Let's see what these are. They might actually be Alnicos. If they're Alnicos, they'll do all right. If they are these horrible, cheap things that I've seen, Dylan Talks Tone. Check that guy out. Dylan Talks Tone. He talks about pickups and wiring and magnetic fields and capacitors. Check him out anyway. And I watched his channel quite a lot, and surprising some of the good stuff that are in Squires, and the Affinity model, which I think is very close to the Bullet, have garbage pickups in them. So we might just bail those and get some other cheap ones, but we'll actually get Alnicos, which will sound pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, shall we get to
the guitar?
Pulling apart.
Yep.
Here's your weapon.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, Joshy has chosen to wrap this guitar in a couple of other colours, so we'll be doing that as well.
Yeah.
Instead of respraying, we're going the modern route of wrapping. Yeah,
so you can also check out Graphic Wraps.
Check out my other channel, Graphic Wraps. You'll see me wrapping boats and doing some pretty cool stuff. Cool trucks. As in prime movers, wrap prime movers, big boats, little boats, cars, full drives, whatever you want. Okay, let's get into this guitar. So route it out for a humbucker if you want to chuck a humbucker in there. The cavity is really nice. The only sort of shielding is that little bit. And the neck is really good. So, and that routed out section there is also really nice. I've seen some really horrible, as they've routed that out, they've had a lot of tear out and it just looks really rough. This one's really nice. So I think, Joshy, this will fix up really, really nicely. That plus, gee, that is cheap. All right, anyway, what do you expect? Okay, so here we are. We're assembled. A little bit of heat needs to be put into the wrap yet. I'll probably just do that like the last thing because it's all pretty settled down.
Yeah.
It's pretty. It's actually covered up a lot of those dings and scratches. I can't place many of them. There's one there.
Yeah.
A couple around the edges. It's actually hidden quite a lot of damage on this guitar.
Yeah.
Okay, so with this, it's really good, but it's just not quite rolled. This is 600 wet and dry, so it's not really sanding a hell of a lot. It's more just cleaning up that edge, making those fret ends and fretboard nice and rolled off. Seat these in so you don't just go and screw your first screw in. So I'm kind of telling him, but I'll talk to you guys. So with your screws, don't just jam one in and screw it up tight. Just put them all in nice and loose. Go nice and slow. Oh, what am I forgetting? Clean this up.
Yeah, you're not forgetting that.
Can't forget that.
That's probably.
All right, you got to put the neck plate on first. Alrighty, let's do that. Because I'm lazy. I'm just gonna. It's not even touching the neck plate. I just want to put them all in. Just touching, just touching, just touching.
Just touching.
You don't over tighten it because there's the screws in the wood. They will strip. Oh, he's got some Ernie Ball slinkies.
What did you say?
Ernie Ball is the brand.
Oh yeah, Ernie Ball Super Slim.
Super slinkies. 42 right down to the nines. We have, I believe, finished this little project. All right, so it's taken quite a bit of time setting it up. It was completely all over the place, and well, look at it now. Action's probably a little on the higher side, but I had to lift it up to stop any buzzing. If I adjusted the truss right, I think we'll start vibrating in there, and so it's just a little high. The saddles are really nicely balanced now. It goes with the neck. The B, E, and G were extremely set low and out of balance, so they were high and low strings. Intonation wasn't too bad. I think the biggest issue this has now are these tuning keys. Every time I go to them, they're a bit out.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of playing in. All right, well, here you go, mate. It's actually plays in tune, stays relatively in tune, and the intonation is perfect, and the string balance is good now. String height. Just what, don't knock it on the.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Good.
What do you think it looks like?
Better than what it was.
All right, so this has been a bit of an interesting video for me to create. I don't know how it's going to edit, but hopefully it's good. Yeah, look, his little black Bullet Squire has come up really well. I was just playing it plugged in before. Pickups are a little bit woolly. Like, you don't get really nice clarity out. They're a bit, I don't know. So we'll see how he goes with it for a few days, and if he doesn't like it, I'll get some cheap Alnico pickups and chuck them in there and see how they go. Alnico 5s. We'll put him in there. He's off to play. So anyway, see how we go.
Don't forget to press like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Joshy's off to go play his Strat now because he's really digging it. And we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, guys. Cheers.